You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
Yes, you are listening to Dirt Racing Podcast. Before we get started with the results, we would like to congratulate the National Car Hall of Fame inductees this weekend. And Craig Delansky, Damian Gardner, Todd Schaefer, Davey Brown Jr., Don Ott, Carlton Reimer, Steve Sinclair, and Kenny Greitz. Congratulations as they all go into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Also, we want to explain something as it's time for Professor Marshall to explain something. On the if you looked at the Knoxville Raceway 360 results as of May 25th, you notice Tasker Phillips is now the points leader. Here is the rule book on page 29. It's section 19.0 says teams and drivers may only compete for one class of points, but teams may compete in two classes, but the driver must declare which one they're running for points. So Tasker, since he's doing double duty, had to decide by this weekend on June 1st which he was going to do. So, in case you were wondering, that's in the Knoxville Raceway Rulebook on page 29 in section 19.0. So now let's get started with the results from last weekend. Starting at the Marshalltown Speedway with a big weekend of racing, as it was the IMCA Modified and Sport Mod anniversary, plus the Corn Belt for the Mod Lights. In the feature for the Modifieds, picking up the win was the 5L of Cody Laney. Second, the 11X of Tom Berry. Third, the 48K of Colin Hibden. Fourth, the 11 Isaac Malico. Fifth was the 5 of Todd Shute. Sixth, the 77T of Trip Gaylord. Jerry Flippo, and 13 was 7th. Eighth, the 111 of Ethan Broxima. Ninth was Joel Russ in 26J. 10th, the 29D of Brad Dirks. 11th, the 10C of Caden Carter. The 141 of Matt Bodine was 12th. 13th was the 28T of Trevor Fitz. 14th, the 75 Junior Chaz Baca. 15th was the 17 of Corey Sosserman. 16th, the 4TW Tim Ward. 17th was the 13K Katie Sample. The wrestler did not finish his. Credited with 18th, 21R Riley Simmons. 19th, the 20 of Jesse Dennis. 20th, 82 Jake McBurney. 21st, the 4 of Ryan Metland. Zane DeVolis in the 18Z was 22nd, 23rd, 77 Kurt Kyle, and 24th, the 10K of Uncle Ron Lorenzen. In the stock cars, picking up the win was the A1A of Austin Kaplan. Second, the 05 John Oliver. Third, the 1X Kane Carter. Fourth, the 30M McGuire DeYoung. Fifth, the 23 Junior of Michael Jeanette. Sixth, the 94 Steve Meyer. Seventh, the 13 of Jimmy Gustin, or the 19 of Jimmy Gustin, excuse me. Eddie Agram in 54 was 8th. 9th, the 19X of Donnie Pearson. 10th, the 5A of Tyler Pickett. 11th, it was Jocelyn Emmelquist in the 18J. Derek Reimer in the 17R was 12th, and the rest did not finish his. 13th, the 69 of Jonathan Logue. 14th, the 77M of Jeff Mueller. And 15th was Drew Keeker in the 18X. In the sport mod, your winner was the 01 Braden Carter, second the 3 Kyle Olson, third the 7 Will Wolf. Daniel Harris in the 5C was fourth, fifth the 198 Sam Weaven, sixth the Josh Starr in the 8S. Nick Minard in the 68M was seventh. Eighth was Brandon Thorpe in the 7T. Ninth was the 193 Josiah Taylor. 10th, the 69K Caden Rice. 11th, the 8 of Tom Lathrop. 12th was the 40 HC Hunter Clement. The rest were did not finishes, or did not starts, or DQs. So 13th was the 18 Jocelyn Elmquist. 14th, the 2X of Matavila. 15th, the 99S of Sierra Rose Gary. Cam Reimers was 16th in the 21. 17th, the 27K Xander Keelan was 17th. 18th, the 117 of Dylan Van Wyk. 19th, the 7M Steve McLaughlin. 20th, 33 Jacob Ashley. Credited with 21st and did not start the 22D of Dalton Serac. Disqualified, credited with 23rd, the 57S of David Schwartz. And 24th and disqualified, the 43 of Braden Shepard. In the hobby stock feature, picking up the win was the 2 of Kevin Sadler. Second was Dustin Falloon in 51X. Third, the 47SW Sam West. Fourth, the 7B of Eric Stanton. Fifth, 11B of Solomon Bennett. Sixth was the 17K of Briar Kriegel. Seventh, the 9 of Covey Saban. Eighth, Joe Wollenhoff. In the 4 was eighth. Ninth, the 55X of Corey Vanderwall. Preston McDonald in the 6P was 10th. 11th, the 7 of Brandon Farney. 12th, it was Jeremy Dooling in the 91. Brad Graham in 22G was 13th. 14th, the 8B of Jacob Floyd. David Bennett was in the 16 was 15th. 16th to 17, Andy Peck. 17th to 59, Junior Chad Ricketts. Aiden Lemasters was 18th, the 17T. 19th to 17X of Ben Newhouse. The rest were did not finish, did not start their disqualification. 20th, the 12K with Eric Knutson, Eric with the C. 21st, the 19X, Eric Knutson with the K. 22nd, Kale Cook in 22K. Lita Roden in 14C was 23rd. 24th, the 88 H, Kale Hemsley. 25th, the 19 Ray Hill. 26th was the 48 Derek McNeese. Credited with 27th and did not start was the 2G of Bradley Graham and disqualified in 28th. 22B of Braden Gifford. In the Mod Lights, picking up the win was the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Second was Brandon Freeberg in the 171. Third was the 0B of Kobe Overbrant. Austin Gray in the 48G was fourth. Fifth, the 46Z of Brian Ziem. John Padilla in the 11P was sixth. Seventh, Tanner Gannon in the 3T. Eighth, the 49 of Jason Massengarb. Ninth, the 47S of Corey Sonder. 10th was Tyler Gary in the 26. 11th, the 47 of Ed Greggs. 8th was Dylan. The 8 of Dylan Neg- Niger in the 12th, and it was spelled Nageer. 13th was the 4G of Ben George. 14th to 99 of Josh May. 15th, Mike Morrow in the 17M. 16th was Carson Hubbard in the 11C. 17th, the 5G of Chasen Glick. Derek Hubbard in the 11D was 18th. 19th, the 41 of Dylan Rafferty. Tyler Farrell in the 34 was 20th. The rest did not finishes. 21st, 96, Dylan Bush. 22nd, the 9XL, Colin Anderson. 23rd, the 3G of Joe Glick. And 24th, the 82, Charlie Brown. In the Sport Compacts, your winner was the 89 of Christian Grady. Second, the 6R Spencer Rodine. Third was Corin Wessler in 21. Fourth, the 9 of Luke Frazee. Campbell Tesler in the 88 7T was fifth. Sixth, 22C of Ryan Cheney. Angela Gardner in the 44 was seventh. Eighth, the 2K, Caitlin Watts. Ninth, the 13 of Connor Atkinson. 10th, the 22R of Danny Robertson. The rest did not finishes. 11th, the 83B of Mitchell Bunch. 12th, the 75K of Caden Gosselink. 13th, the 46 Michael Gardner. 14th, the M80 Mark Smith. CJ Wrestler in the 83 was 15th. 16th was the 16 of Curtis Masterson. And 17th was the 14P of Jason Peterson. We'll do 34 next on Saturday night first. The 305 sprint cars. Picking up the win was the 27 Io Tanner Gebhardt. Second, the 9L Lincoln Martin. Third, the 27 Cody Worley. Fourth, the 52H Cole Helmerson. Fifth, the 51J of Ryan Jameson. Sixth, the 01 Travis Pence. Seventh, the 16HD Ian Stewart. Eighth, the 56 of Matt Krieger. The rest did not finishes, starting with 9th, the 88 Riley Scott. 10th, the 17 of Nate Parks. The 3C of Cameron Stock was 11th. And 12th, the 7B of Nick Guernsey. In the modifieds, your feature event winner was the 9Z of Chris Zog. Second, the 10C of Kane Carter. Third, the 53 of Logan Herbie Anderson. Fourth was the 5R of Bill Roberts. Fifth was the 32H Skylar Haroon. Sixth, the 44X of Blaze Lewis. Jim Sandusky in the J1 was seventh. Eighth, the 71 of Dennis Levine. Ninth was the 26th of Scott Brow. And 10th, the 7W of Mark Winkle. And then credited with 11th, as it did not finish, the 05 of John Oliver. In the sport mod, your winner was the 117 Dylan Van Wyk. Second, the 12S of Sean Wyatt. Third was 55G of Dustin Griffiths. Fourth, the 17 of Trey Rock. Fifth, the 22V of Jarrett Vandenberg. Sixth, the 2 of Nick Hickson. Levi Lehman in the 10L was seventh. Eighth, the 00 Matt Tucker. Quentin Shelton in the 54 was ninth. 10th was the 16 of Joel Payne. 11th, the 666 of Kevin Week. The rest did not finishes. 12th, the 22R Shane Vansel. 13th was Grady Jones in 55. 14th, the 10S of Sheldon Hubert. And 15th, Ryan Dodd in the 15. And the stock cars. Picking up the win was the 30 Emma McGuire DeYoung. Second, the 05 John Oliver. Third, the 71 David Brandes. Fourth, 10G Justin Griffiths. Fifth, the 1X of Caden Carter. Sixth, 33 Trenton Witt. Seventh, the 21 Emma Kurt Kensley. Eighth, the wrestler did not finish or did not start. Eighth, the C4 of Corey Sosserman. Ninth, the 22 of Blaine Bryant. 10th, the 746 of Garrett Porter. Credited with 11 that did not start was the 28 of Sawyer Longfellow. And credited with 11th, the 75 of Austin Kemper. Then the next night, we'll start with the mini haulers. Picking up the win was the 74 Sheldon Brockett. Second, Peyton Lane in 89L. Third was Dawson Trips in 16. Fourth, the 01 Roger Brockett. Durain Reimer in the 141 was fifth. Sixth, 43 Larry Hooper. Lawrence Lane in the 11L was seventh. Jason Delzell in the 22 was eighth. The wrestler did not finish or did not start. Ninth, the 24T Tasker Timmerman. 10th, Cale Easley in the 4. Credited with 11th, the 44 Lyle Timmerman. And in 12th, as it did not start, the 95 of Brett Timmerman. In the sport compacts, your winner was the 63B Bobby Douglas. Second, the 63 Tim Snottenhorse. Third, the Barry Taff in the 57. Fourth, the 2X of TJ Weibels. Fifth was Brandon Crawley in the 38. And sixth, the 10C of Chadwick Paulin. Now we go to the Sprint Invaders. We'll start with heat race number 1. Picking up the win was the 15 junior of the Dirt Racing Podcast driver, Cole Meitzer. Second, the 51B of Joe B. Miller. Third, the 16, Dustin Clark. Fourth, the 6R, Garrett Benson. Fifth, the 49 of Josh Schneiderman. Sixth, 5A of Alex Vanderpoor. Seventh was McLean Richards in the 31. Eighth, the 33 of Alan Zoot. And credited with it did not finish in ninth was 28 Luke Venardi. He raced 2, went to the 11 of Colton Fisher. Second, the 57 Cam Swirls. Third, the 63 of JJ Henkel. Fourth, the 3-piece Sawyer Phillips. Fifth, the 50 of Paul Nieheiser. Sixth, the 81 Tanner Gebhardt. Seventh, the 52D of Skylar Daly. Did not finish in eighth was the 99D of Tucker Daly. And credited with ninth and did not start was the 88 of Riley Scott. Heat race number 3 went to the 24 T-Mac Terry McCarl, Dirt Racing Podcast driver. Second, the 99 Dustin Salvage. Third, the C Cody Worley. Fourth, the 51J Blaine Jameson. Fifth, the 1 Tazza Tasker Phillips. Sixth, the 2 of Dylan Obdal. Seventh, 71 Nathan Murders. And eighth, the 7B of Nick Guernsey. In the dash, your winner was Terry McCall. Second, Dustin Salvage. Third, Joe B. Miller. Fourth, Colton Fisher. Fifth, Cole Meitzer. And sixth, Dustin Clark. In the B main, took the top 4 directly to the feature. Picking up the win was Paul Nieheiser. Second, Dylan Obdal. Third, Skylar Daly. Fourth and final transfer was Clayton Richards. They were followed by fifth, Nathan Murders. Sixth, Alan Zoot. 7, Nick Guernsey. Credited with eighth and did not finish was Tucker Daly. And credited with ninth and did not finish was Riley Scott. In the feature, your winner was Joe B. Miller. Second, Dustin Salvage. Third, Terry McCarl. Fourth, J.J. Hinkle. Fifth, Cody Worley. Sixth, Tasker Phillips. Seventh, Paul Nieheiser. Eighth, Cole Meitzer. Ninth, Sawyer Phillips. 10th, Josh Schneiderman. 11th, Alex Vandervoort. 12th, Tanner Gebhardt. 13th, Blaine Jameson. 14th, Garrett Benson. 15th, Skylar Daly, 16th, McLean Richards. The rest did not finish, starting in 17th. Colton Fisher, 18th, Cam Swirls, 19th, Dustin Clark, and 20th, Dylan Obdahl. Contingencies, after the laps led in the feature, Miller led 1 through 11, Fisher 12 through 19, Miller 20 through 25. The $75 Christine Wall Levitt KSC Hard Charger was Nieheiser. Other contingency awards, DMI went to Skylar Daly. Ryan Button 6R, as the owner was the Sedona Racing Products. King Racing Products went to Cole Meister. The BR Motorsports went to Cam Swirls. Rod End Supply was Dustin Clark, Tasker Phillips, Josh Steyerman, and Brown & Miller Racing Solutions was Colton Fisher. Over at the Knoxville Raceway on Saturday night was racing action. We'll start with your 410s. Picking up quick time, the 21 Brian Brown at a 15-132, $100 from OpenWheel101.com. Second was the 55, the Madman Kerry Matson at a 15-157. Third was the 88, Officer McCarl. Fourth was the 10 at a 15-196, the Dirt Racing Podcast driver. Fourth was the 10 of Ryan Timms at a 15-198. Fifth, the 27 of Carson McCarl at a 15-217, a Dirt Racing Podcast driver. Sixth, the 39 of Linton Jeffrey at a 15-288. Seventh, the 22 of Riley Goodnow at a 15-370 or 343. Eighth was the 44 Chris Martin at a 15-396. Ninth was the 45X of Landon Crawley at a 15-449. 10th was the 15 Junior Cole Meiser at a 15-456, the Dirt Racing Podcast driver. 11th, the 6K of Caleb Johnson at a 15-502. 12th, the 6 of Brandon Wimmer at a 15-523. 13th, the 7B of Ben Brown at a 15-528. 14th, 3-piece Sawyer Phillips at a 15-550. 15th, the 1 Taz of Tasker Phillips at a 15-553. 16th, the 19H of Kevin Thomas at a 15-580. 17th, the 36 Jason Martin at a 15-594. 18th was the 17A of Jack Anderson at a 15-634. 19th, 2M JJ Henkel at a 15-636. 20th was the 1M of Don Dowd at a 15-5 or 709. 21st, the 31 Kyle Bellum at a 15-712. 22nd, the 49 Josh Steyerman at a 15-740. 23rd was Scotty Johnson of the 44X at a 15-744. 24th, the 8H of Jacob Hughes at a 15-792. 25th, the 121 of RJ Johnson at a 15-866. And 26th, the 71 of Brandon Worthington at a 15-971. He raced number 1 went to Ben Brown. Second, Kevin Thomas. Third, Brian Brown. Fourth, Cole Meister. Fifth, Riley Goodnow. Sixth, Ryan Timms. Seventh, Josh Steyerman. Eighth, JJ Hinkle. Ninth, RJ Johnson. He raced 2 went to Jason Martin. Second, Sawyer Phillips. Third, Caleb Johnson. Fourth, Kerry Matson. Fifth, Chris Martin. Sixth, Carson McCarl. Seventh, Don Dowd. Eighth, Scotty Johnson. And ninth, to Brandon Worthington. He raced 3 went to Tasker Phillips. Jack Anderson was second. Third, Landon Crawley. Fourth, Austin McCall. Fifth, Brandon Wimmer. 6th, Linton Jeffrey. 7th, Jacob Hughes. 8th, Kyle Bellum. In the feature, it was Ryan Timms, your winner. 2nd, Carson McCarl. 3rd, Kerry Matson. 4th, Brian Brown. 5th, Carson McCarl. 6th, Jack Anderson. 7th, Linton Jeffrey. 8th, Riley Goodnow. 9th is Caleb Johnson. 10th, Tasker Phillips. 11th, Chris Martin. 12th, Sawyer Phillips. 13th, J.J. Hinkle. 14th, DeLandon Crawley. 15th, Brandon Wimmer. 16th, Don Dowd. 17th, Josh Schneiderman. 18th is Jacob Hughes. 19th, Brandon Wormington. 20th, Kyle Bellum. 21st, R.J. Johnson. 22nd, Scotty Johnson. 23rd, Jason Martin. 24th, Ben Brown. 25th, Cole Meitzer. And did not start in 26th is Kevin Thomas. Tim's led lap 1. Austin McCarl led lap 2. Tim's 3 through 20. Hard Charger Anderson. In the 360 class, picking up the quick time was the 2M of Ryan Giles at 16:132. Second, 17, Tyler Grundyke at 16:149. Third was the 3P of Sawyer Phillips at 16:175. Fourth, the 99 of Tony Ross at 16:204. Fifth was T-Mac Terry McCarlin, 24, Dirt Racing Podcast driver, at 16:210. Sixth, the one Taz of Tasker Phillips at 16:236. Seventh, the 40 of Clint Gardner at 16:248. Eighth was the 86 of Timothy Smith at 16:311. Ninth, 24H of Cade Higday at a 16:344. 10th, the 01 the team as Thomas Meserol, Dirt Racing Podcast driver, at a 16:358. 11th, 22X Riley Goodnow at a 16:361. 12th was the 4 Cam Martin at a 16:402. 13th was the 4W Jamie Ball at a 16:406. 14th was the 22 Ryan Levitt at a 16:434. 15th, the 6 of Dustin Salvage at a 16:448. 16th, the 3R Russell Potter at a 16:551. 17th, the 2 of Chase Porter at a 16:600. 18th, the 77X of Alex Hill at a 16:612. 19th, 33 Alan Zoo at a 16:621. 20th was the 4G of Cole Gardner at a 16:667. 21st, 17B Ryan Bickett at a 16:675. 22nd was 83 of Kent Mueller at a 16:691. 23rd was the 21 of Cam Swirls at a 16:712. 24th the 14 of Aiden Zoot at a 16:849. 25th, 31 McLean Richards at a 16:959. 26th was the 5A of Alexander Vort at a 16:996. 27th, T4 Tyler Graves at a 17:192. 28th was the 38 of Logan Alexander at 17:234. 29th, 52D of Skylar Daly at a 17:692. And 30th, the 1A John Anderson at 17:867. In the heat races, heat race 1 went to Jamie Ball, 2nd Russell Potter, 3rd Clint Gardner, 4th Ryan Giles, 5th Tony Ross, 6th Thomas Meserol, 7th Alan Zoo, 8th Logan Alexander, 9th Kurt Mueller, and 10th McLean Richards. Heat race 2 went to Chase Porter, 2nd Timothy Smith, 3rd Ryan Levitt, 4th Tyler Grundyke, 5th Riley Goodnow, 6th Cole Gardner, 7th Cam Swirls, 8th Alex Vandervoort, 9th Skylar Daly, and 10th Terry McCarl. Heat race number 3 went to Dustin Salvage, 2nd Tasker Phillips, 3rd Alex Hill, 4th Sawyer Phillips, 5th Cade Higday, 6th Cam Martin, 7th Ryan Bickett, 8th Aiden Zoot, 9th John Anderson, and 10th Tyler Graves. The B main took 4 directly to the feature. Your winner was Ryan Bickett. Second, Cam Swirls. Third, Kurt Mueller. Fourth and final transfer, Alex Vandervoort. They were followed by fifth, Logan Alexander. Sixth, Aiden Zoo. Seventh, McLean Richards. Eighth, John Anderson. Ninth, Tyler Graves. And credited with 10th and did not start, Skylar Daly. In the feature, your winner was Tyler Gurndike. Second, Ryan Giles. Third, Tasker Phillips. Fourth, Sawyer Phillips. Fifth, Clint Gardner. Sixth, Cade Higday. Seventh, Tony Ross. Eighth, Cam Martin. Ninth, Dustin Salvage. 10th, Riley Goodnow. 11th, Jamie Ball. 12th, Terry McCarl. 13th, Thomas Meserol. 14th, Ryan Levitt. 15th, Timothy Smith. 16th, Chase Porter. 17th, Russell Potter. 18th, Cam Swirls. 19th, Alex Hill, 20th, Alex Vandervoort. 21st, Kurt Mueller. 22nd, Ryan Bickett. 23rd, Alan Zoo. And 24th, Cole Gardner. Grundyke led 1 through 18. Hard charger was Martin. In the pro sprints, picking up the quick time was the 99 Matthew Snelzer at a 17:108. Second, the 2 Luke Lane at a 17:236. Third, the 44 Brody Johnson at a 17:279. Fourth, the 55 Tony Moser at a 17:285. Fifth, 17 Matt Allen at a 17:304. Sixth, 26 Chase Young at 17:347. Seventh was 7C Devin Klein at a 17:378. Eighth, the 0 Mike Mayberry at a 17:388. Ninth, 88 Jake Hender at a 17:439. 10th was the 48 Tyler Thompson at 17:448. 11th, 41 Jeff Wilkie at a 17:515. 12th, the 57A of Devin Wignall at a 17:526. 13th, the 02S of Josh Jones at a 17:635. 14th, the 7 Hunter Lane at 17:759. 15th, the 12X K of Cody Hildreth at 17:885. 16th was the 42J of Evan Jones at a 17:921. 17th, the 55 KC Bob Hildreth at 18:079. 18th to 65 of Logan Brown at 18:513. Kevin Hedrick was 35th at a 18:513. And 20th, the 30C of Carter Hansen with no time. Heat race 1 went to Jake Hender. Second, Devin Klein. Third, to Matthew Snelzer. Fourth, Jeff Wilkie. Fifth, Josh Jones. Sixth, Matt Allen. Seventh, Brody Johnson. Eighth, Cody Hildreth. Ninth, Bob Hildreth. And 10th, Kevin Hedrick. Heat race 2 went to Chase Young. Second, Tyler Thompson. Third, Devin Wignall. Fourth, Mike Marrier. Fifth, Luke Lane. Sixth, Toby Moser. Seventh, Evan Jones. Eighth, Logan Brown. Did not start credited with ninth, Hunter Lane. And 10th was Carter Hansen. In the feature, Devin Klein was your winner. Second, Chase Young. Third, Luke Lane. Fourth, Tyler Thompson. Fifth, Matt Allen. Sixth, Matthew Snelzer. Seventh, Cade Higday. Eighth, Brody Johnson. Ninth, Devin Wignall. 10th, Jeff Wilkie. 11th, Mike Mayberry. 12th, Cody Hildreth. 13th, Toby Moser. 14th, Logan Brown. 15th, Bob Hildreth. 16th, Josh Jones. 17th was Hunter Lane. 18th, Kevin Hendrick. 19th was Evan Jones. And did not start in 20th was Carter Hansen. Klein led all the way. The hard charger was Allen. Last night at the Southern Iowa Speedway was in their racing action with their normal classes. We'll start with the sprint car, non-wing sprinters. or no, actually, we're going to change that. Start with the sport mods. Picking up the win was the 29 of Colton Lizzie. Second, 15K Kyle Harwood. Third, the 1V Curtis Vanderwall. Fourth, the 18 Tony Johnson. Fifth, 24 Chase Johnson. Sixth, the 3Z of Jason Van Zomeren. Seventh was the 55B of Stephen Barry. Credited with eighth and did not start 22V of Jerry Vandenberg. And ninth and did not start was the MW of Will Wolf. In the non-wings feature event was the 93 of AJ Johnson, your winner. Second, the 11B Ben Woods. Third, the T4 of Tyler Graves. The wrestler did not finish. Is credited with fourth was the 93S of Doug Sylvester. Fifth, the 2A of Ed Adams. And sixth, the N3 of Nicholas Martz. In the stock cars, your winner was McGuire DeYoung in the 30M. Second, 85 Mike Hughes. Third, 10G Justin Griffiths. Fourth, the 73 Aaron Martin. Fifth, the 96 of Clinton Goff. Sixth, the 2 John Watts. The wrestler did not finishes. In seventh, the 74 Brock Haynes. Eighth, the 52 of Nathan Wood. Ninth, the 19 of Donnie Pearson. 10th, the LB17 of Luke Byers. And 10th was 11th, 22, Blaine Bryant. In the hobby stocks, your winner was Dustin Griffiths. Second, Braden Wood in the 52B. Third, Keaton Gordon in the 7. Fourth, the 22, James Pilkington. Fifth, the 91 of Jeremy Dooley. The 6th was the 623R Peyton Stevens. Jake Steitzma in the 88J was 7th. 8th, the 13B of Preston Bright. 9th, the 1R Rick Van Dusseldorp. 10th, the 24K of Jamie Kent. 11th was the 14X of Rob Hemrick. And 12th, the 18 of Chris Walker. In the sport compacts, your winner was Seth Minders in 65. Second, Clayton Webster in 15. Third, the 2K Caitlin Watts. Kyle Resdom in 18A was fourth. Fifth, the 1Z Colton Zapital. Sixth, the 7 of Brandon Pickney. Dalton Sowers in 22D was seventh. Eighth, the 11 of Caleb Hildebrand. Ninth, James Herring 2H. And in 10th, the 83 of Jake Minders. Upcoming action for this weekend. We'll start with Marshalltown Speedway, where hobby stocks are on the main are 1,000 to win in the IMCA hobby stocks. Also, you have modified stock cars, sport mods, mod lights, and sport compacts. Over at the Hancock County Speedway, we'll be in racing action with their normal classes of modifieds, sport mods, stock car, hobby stock, and outlaw hobbies. Over at the CJ Speedway, late models are on the card, added with IMCA modified stock car, sport mods, and hobby stocks. Also Friday night, but this week Knoxville will be on flow due to USAC being in town. It's the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Cars night number 1 with the Wing 360s as the undercard. On Saturday night, over at 34 Raceway, will be their normal racing program with the 305s, modified sport mods, stock cars, mini haulers, and sport compacts. And then on Saturday at the Knoxville Raceway, night 2 of the USAC cars in town with the undercard, the 410 Wing Sprint cars. And then Wednesday night, your normal 5 classes at the Southern Iowa Speedway of sport mods, stock cars, hobby stocks, sport compacts, and non-wing sprint cars. And we're getting ready to take off for this episode. We would like to welcome you to go to your local track and check out the racing action. It's better to check out in person as it is on TV. Until then, this has been the Dirt Racing Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast with Marshall Hain. Follow us on Twitter at Dirt_Podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.